All right, folks, we are back learning cards. We're still trying to learn cards draft. I don't have too much to show you in constructed. Maybe we'll show you some of the meme decks, but no, we're still trying to learn draft here. We are in the pits here. We have been trying to learn cards for a while here, and we started out with some great drafts. And I think we've drafted really well recently, but the results in the games, we're just meeting people with decks that feel less good than ours, but they're still beating us. So I don't know what that's about. I'm gonna go with the Soviets. I like both of these options. Soviets have been a little bit hit or miss, but I generally like them a bit more. I am using the recommendations I got from Fun Police's video on drafts. If you haven't seen that, then you should go ahead and take a look at it. And I should probably put a link to it in the description. And then also Cookie's draft recommendations. But all the bad decisions are mine. So my initial inclination here is that this is pretty good, right? Becomes veteran if the enemy has no veteran units at the start of your turn. And it becomes what? It just becomes veteran? What am I missing here? There's something else I'm missing here, but I think the Yak 3 might be the choice. Yeah, so it edges out the 266. I must be missing something in terms of what it does, but I thought it was a little bit more than that. Now, this is good and constructed. This is situational. I feel like you just want heavy armor. It's a bit slow, so I can understand why this might be marked down, but these things feel good if the enemy has to take them out with orders. So yeah, the T-34-85 is a B. The others are rated C. That was kind of my inclination. All right, so the one I really like is Men of Steel here because you have options. I'm not even going to look at the options or just grabbing a hammer, and so it becomes removal. I really like I've been playing this British Poland Intel Legions deck. I'm playing a lot of that in constructed. I don't know if we should take the Germans, who might be able to offer us some removal, or try Poland out because it's something new and different. There are some really good Polish cards. You know what? Let's be different. I have no idea what to draft from Poland, so let's just see how it goes here. Initially, I like both of these. I'll check their ratings because, again, I don't know. I know that this one is also in the British deck. If we're going to play a lot of Exile, this could be good, but let me just see how this is rated. All right, so the most highly rated one is the 7 TP, which kind of makes sense. I mean, especially if we have other big tanks, we'd probably want that. Initially, I'm looking at just the T-34-76. I mean, it's kind of on theme too, right? But excuse me. So this is good with the other tanks that we have, but this is just good in and of itself. I don't hate this if you can get it into the front line. All right, so they all come in rated B. B is pretty good. I mean, B is generally what you want to see. So I don't know if we're going to have enough here at the lower levels, if we want a 3-drop or if we want to go to the 4-drop, which we don't have any of at the moment. This is one, it's a good investment if you have other tanks down. This is just annoying to remove, right, if the other side can't attack through it. But I just lean towards any blitz tank. I think this is the call. This one I'm really not sure about. I mean, I don't know, unless you can buff it, I'm not sure that the ambush ability means that much. All right, so both the 845th and Stand Together, I think, have the same rating, either a B or C, and the TKS is rated really low. I think it's E or something. So 845th I kind of understand, and it's at that 2-drop, so it seems good. Both of these seem good. I want... This seems to work more with the tank theme. And since we know we have at least 3 bigger ones, we want to try to bring down those costs, but I think any of those are fine. I don't know that this matters so much yet. Red Dawn seems like it's okay for what it does. Winter Warfare might help us against aggro if they're trying to get under us, which we saw last time, but I'm probably leaning towards Red Dawn because there's just flexibility, right? You can either use it cheaply and deal some damage to yourself, or you can spend a little bit more and you just get a fine kind of mid-rangey removal. So yeah, actually Red Dawn I think is rated A, and this Winter Warfare was rated like D, and I think No Retreat was rated E. So my sense was correct. Ugh. I don't know if I'm gonna have them. I'm probably gonna have like 20,000 of them now. I like the idea. I'll check the rating, but I think the answer is Katusha, just because it fits in at that 2 slot and it has Blitz in its artillery. So yeah, I'm not going to do Workers Unite. This comes in, I think, at a C. The Katusha's come in. Oh, so it would be 2 of each. So the Katusha's come in at a B rating. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, this is a card I like defensively. Since I have the polls up in front of me, I guess I can just take a look and see what they are rated. So this one is rated a B. This is really good if you know you're going to do the self-damage. Also, I feel bad now. If I knew I was going to have this, then I probably would have taken the Stand Together, and then it would have felt like a game of Constructed. I think we take this. It's an early guard. Ooh. Give a ground unit blitz or shock. Apply both if you control a unit with 4 more. I feel like we're likely to have that. Right now we have what? That as an exile unit. We could get a bunch more. I kind of like shock tactics or just a nice 5/5 blitz tank. All right, and to my surprise, Hammer Home is actually very highly rated. So I guess we'll try to just get more exile cards and hope for the best. I feel like with the polls here, we should be able to do that. I mean, it's here, but I think this was rated actually like an A, and this was C, and I think Shock Tactics was even lower. But all right, that's fine. We'll go with Hammer Home. Now, based on my last pick, I kind of want to take this for another Hammer Home target. This seems good. This is always going to be fine, and we are a little light on removal. But I think I'm going to go with this for now. Take a look at the curve. So far, so good. We have at least relatively more 2s. So I like this card. I think I know that it's rated C. I think it's actually good. This is a fine delay card. I'll have to look at the ratings, but I'm inclined towards the 17th Rifles. Yeah, so both the orders here are E-rated, and in my experience, this card was good. It has some flexibility in there. Cards you play have Intel 1, deployment reveal target covert unit. I mean, that might be cool, but I don't know that we're going to get... From my Constructed, most of the payoffs for that were actually British cards. It was the Scottish Borders, which... yeah, anyways, that's that. I don't know about that. I think this is another target for Hammer Home, and it's another, like, nondescript blitz tank. So that's where I'm leaning there. Now, again, if we knew we were going to get one of these days, I'm just going to have to do a Soviet light infantry draft, because it seems to come back as a theme. I think the answer here is the T-80, because in terms of Soviet units, air units, that's all we have at the moment. So yeah, the ratings for the 67th and Blood Red Sky are all in the E. T-80, I believe, was a B. That was kind of what I was leaning towards. So for me, this is actually tough, but I think the recommendation is going to be clear that we take the SU-76. I really like this card, but it's low to the ground, and I'll look at the recommendation because I think this might actually be rated A. Yeah, so it does have an A rating, and that thing has been a menace when it's played against me. I think this might actually be the call because there are so many. We have 3, 4, 5, 6 T-34s already. We're about halfway point. The other one would be Uprising. If we thought we had enough Polish units, we could probably do it that way. So here's a tough one. The 214th... So Uprising, to my surprise, is rated an A, which I thought it was pretty situational. I mean, if we look at the Polish units, we got 1, right? This assumes that you play them, draw them, play them. Get out there, we got 2. We know about those, so that gets us 5 Polish units. I mean, we might be able to duplicate 1 there. The 214th more is a C. but I feel like in this deck it's actually good. But we'll try it. We will try it and see what we get. I think we go with Bloody Sickle. I mean, as nice as it is to get another Polish tank, it's not a T-34. It is exile, so that gives us another trigger for that. But I think we just go with Bloody Sickle because it helps us with card draw. So yeah, Bloody Sickle is rated A. The 13th is rated B. The Sherman, I forget. It was not not that well rated. I think it's a C. All right, I like this if we had a lot more intel. I think this is poorly rated, but it might be the play here. Otherwise, this is just a fine card. Though retreating something, let me check the rating on this because again, I don't know the Polish ratings, but that actually might be viewed as a pretty big tempo play, and then you get a 2/2 guard that benefits from other intel, and then if that guard dies, it helps pump Uprising. So yeah, counteroffensive is not well rated. Intel not so much. Underground State is, and I kind of get why it does sort of make sense. Oh, I don't know that I want 4 of them. I mean, if we plan on losing the front line, like, yeah, absolutely. Maybe we want some air. What is our curve? So, again, at this point, about 2/3 or so of the way through the draft, we're pretty good at 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all pretty even, yeah, out to 5. It's a pretty flat curve, actually. So let me check the ratings on these. I feel like if I could get 1 or 2 of these, I'd be okay. I don't know that I want 4. And so maybe it's just better to go with something that's a little meh because it's less of it. Yeah, so it looks like the MS-406, I think, is rated slightly better to B. I think the other 2 options are C's. Plus this has Exile, so it becomes a target for Hammer Home. It gives us a little bit more of an air presence, and it's fairly cheap. I mean, a 3/3 for 3 that operates for 1. Right, it's nothing glamorous, but it could probably just fit in there. I think so. I've played this card before. I think it's great. I will check the ratings just to make sure that's the case, but that is what I'm leaning to at first glance here. So yeah, 392nd Rifles comes out best, and that makes sense to me. And I don't think we had to go for the lower one. Now, we don't have any of those. I wonder what the 12th Guards is rated. I think that there's more than enough things to trigger it, and so I'm kind of inclined to it because it's going to give us card draw. Red Dawn, as we know, is already rated in A, but 12th Guards is also in A. This gives us some more of that card draw alongside Bloody Sickle. I'm not sure how much more of that we have, so I kind of like it. Okay, so I really like this card. I just do. This is also going to be good for the tanks that are in here because we have quite a few Soviet ones. I mean, that's Soviet. I'm actually not sure how that works because they can be played in Soviet decks, but I'm not sure they're considered Soviet. And then we have those. But this also just, I like this card, even in constructed, because if it doesn't get answered, it just feels like it runs away. All right, so yeah, both these are rated B. 175th is a rated C. I'm going to go with this. It gives us more of an air presence, and it still kind of demands to be answered. We could go with our 4th Bloody Sickle, have the full play set. I think that's going to be superior to the T70 with guard. Again, you know, we already have more quicker plays, and we have cheap removal. We don't have great removal. So I like all of these. I've really loved just having one mobile defense in a deck. I'll check its rating. Hammer is also excellent for removing stuff that's on the ground. So Hammer comes in with the best rating. These are both rated Bs. This is just rated A. I kind of get it. I'll go, I mean, this is pretty weak removal, right? So it can do some of the smaller things. This is very weak removal, and it's more about the card draw. And so if you look above and beyond there, like we can retreat something, but we don't have a lot of kind of big threat removal, and that's what we would get from that. I don't like any of these, and so this might just be a case of we take the BT7 because it's only one of it, and it has 0 op cost, and so once it's down, it's down. So all of those are rated C's. Not that C's are terrible, but maybe we can do a little bit better. I think the answer is hull down. I feel like we have enough tanks that we should be able to make this work. I'm not even going to check what the ratings are. Gains plus when your HQ then becomes veteran if attack is... Huh. So I'll check the rating on this. I mean, we have some self-damage from the Bloody Sickles, and we might just take damage from it. As a veteran, it becomes a 6/6, cannot be pinned or suppressed, takes 1 less combat damage from ground units. Getting that thing to veteran would be pretty nice, but it means our HQ is suffering. Alright, so the 252nd comes in at a B rating. The T-34-9042 is C. I'm not even going to check this just because we didn't get other covert units. And so, yeah, maybe we're a bit on the cheaper side here, but that's just what we'll do. Again, we don't really have any covert units. This feels pretty bad, but you can retreat something on the back line. It can be a pretty big tempo play if it costs the other side a lot of credits. Or if they invested buffs into it, you can wipe those off by pushing them back. But if it has a good enter the battlefield effect, then this kind of just lets them recycle that. So what's interesting is that this is actually rated an A. Which I thought it was good. I thought it might get B or C, but yeah, that's pretty great. I'll check the ratings on this. I know I like this, but I don't think we have that many intel cards. I don't think we have very many intel cards at all. I think it's from the 2 retreat cards, and so we don't have opportunities to buff it. But it's 1 piece of digital cardboard that creates 2 pieces of digital cardboard. And this just becomes a big thing if it doesn't get answered. Let's see here, because we're coming up on our last choice. Yeah, so I didn't check stubborn defense, but this gets a B. Plan West gets a C. We can take higher credit stuff. We're a little light on that end, and now we have a choice: strategic focus, add a tank from the same nation that costs 3 more. Huh. We have a lot of tanks. All right, so yeah, upgrade is not well rated. Strategic focus is the one I was leaning towards because you can kind of choose how you go, and we have both the potential to have an air and a ground presence, and so if the other side is doing better, we can try to wipe that, whereas winter offensive, whatever we have on the board also takes 4 damage. So that is it. Let's see the final curve out. So 26 units, 13 orders. That might be a little bit high on orders. Probably should have a little bit... you know what? We have 15 cards that cost 2 credits or less. Now, I think a lot of it's removal based on what we're seeing here. Maybe we're missing a little bit in the late game. I guess we'll know when we get in there. All right, let's see how we do. Yeah, it's just been this weird thing where I feel like we've had decent drafts. Okay, we definitely don't want this. Not this soon. I guess the rest of this is okay. Yeah. Ugh. 1 bad early card for another. I don't know. I don't know if we play this on turn 2 or we wait. Probably depends on what they do. But otherwise, this is fine safety. So, Huh. So if we do nothing, I think we do nothing, and then we just play the guard next turn and see what they do. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay. This is going to come out a turn too late, isn't it? Dude, this is absolutely unreal. This is the decks we have played are absolutely unreal. It is just they're playing it like it's standard, like it's constructed, just with these rush decks and buffs on the rush. I guess we have to start tailoring our draft that way and maybe discounting some of the draft advice we've got over for more mid-rangey decks, because it's just not working out. I mean, you can see the play here is going to be that into that, and it's just going to be a bit. They're probably going to just go to town with the 164th. I don't know what they're thinking about. Yeah, and now they have a 5-6 that attacks into a 1-4, and we don't have really anything else to do here. So if we do this, we can't do any of our 4. Well, that's fine. None of our 4 drops were good. But we can do this and see if we draw removal. And now we have a tough choice to make. Because if we put this down, we can probably kill this off next turn. I think that's what we do. And we just accept that it doesn't. That's fine. We could probably Katusha and Bloody Sickle this away. As long as they have to attack into this, or if they decide to attack into it, they're probably going to avoid it. Because why spend the credit on it, right? This is like playing Constructed. This is absolutely unreal. Like how you would gamble on such an aggressive draft deck. So we are just in a world of problems here. Now, if we put the bomber out, they're probably going to want to answer it. But let's see what we get here. So that doesn't have guard. Okay. 2, 3. Okay, good. So now we can trade into this thing, and it is what it is. And now we just have to weather the storm of Shermans, I guess. What is this? 5 damage to all ground or air units? Well, we'll see what we need here. Ooh. Oh. All right. What is this? All right. So I think we have to play this down, right? And then do we just whack? I don't know what we do. I'm doing that. If they have an answer for it, they have an answer for it. But I feel like if we played this, it's too... Yeah, it's too uncertain that we're actually going to do it. So probably run that up into the front row. No? Okay. Yeah, okay, there it is. That is making sense. Do we just do this so they have to come forward? It feels really bad going 1 for 1 like that. But let's get that out of there. Let's make them come forward here. I guess we should try to get that thing down. But it probably depends on what they got here and then what they decide to do with their smoke screen unit. Yeah. Dude, this is absolutely unreal. Like, what kind of luck do you have to have? This feels like it's the top end of their curve. I mean, and also to get that down the turn after we played Strategic Focus, yeah, we're just dead here. We do not have... We have a great later game, but this is just absolute trash. I don't see... There's nothing here I'm missing, I think. This has just been horrendous. This draft and the one before it, just the decks we're running up against. I guess we'll have to draft to be more aggressive. All right, we'll see if we can climb back or if we're gonna get aggroed out and have it feel like we're playing on ladder again. That'll be fun. All right, well, we have big removal. That's nice. This is okay later on, but it's not that good early. I don't think I need that. I don't know that I want that this early. I mean, that is also just fine. But let's see if we can get things out. Excuse me. Holy moly. This person was chomping at the bit. So yeah, it feels like we're down for some more aggro. All right. Great. Fun. But what do we do with this here? I just put a damage in it and look for something better to get drawn, I guess. All right. Well, we have that. I guess they just move up and attack us, and we just kind of live with it. Yeah, we still don't have a good turn 2 play. I mean, we could throw this down, but it does have smoke screen. It saves us a credit in the future. So we'll do it because my... Yes, very, very, very good. If they don't kill it here... Well, it doesn't matter. Even if they do kill it, yeah. So we could play this and see how it goes. This is a card generally you want to die, so we'll see how it... see if they oblige us. Oh, good. Good, we're playing Sturmy. Good. I was worried that this game wouldn't be fun. So this costs 2 more to target. All right, so we can't hammer it yet. So we'll do something else. Now we could retreat it. I don't hate that as an idea because that forces them to replay it. But we're not going to have the credits, are we? So we're just going to put this down, and it's just going to be what it is. But you don't want to retreat the armor because then, especially with 1-up cost, it's just going to come back. I guess somebody can make that card work. What do we do? Just trade? I think the answer is just trade. Now, we could push that back. Right, with that. I also wanted to do hull down. But that's pretty much their whole turn then, right? Yeah, I think we'll do that. Okay. So they went with ramp. I actually wonder if ramp isn't better than it's rated. And just getting more credit slots and other things. Holy moly, this is like playing constructed. In all the worst ways. Well, we can 2-for-1 it because they invested 2 cards into it. It doesn't hurt as much, but it still pretty hurts. I mean, we are on the back foot, no doubt. So this thing has... That's a 5/5 with heavy armor. It's a 4/4 with heavy armor. All right, so that's probably more likely to hit. And I guess we now know that the that 3/3 doesn't... Yeah, it makes sense. It's a Polish card. It shouldn't. Holy moly. Like, am I the only one seeing this? Is this how everyone else's draft always goes? Like, you just play people with ridiculous decks, man. Let me think. There are no words. Like, this, we're basically getting aggroed out for the second game in a row. I don't know if we've angered the cards gods or what to give us this draft here, but this has been absolutely brutal. And I think maybe we need to reconsider some of the recommendations we've got because it just hasn't worked out. Okay. That works because we can do this. But we're probably dead anyways. And you got a 5/4 with blitz. And dude, this is like just ladder right here. That's all this is. Let's see. So we can run that into that. Now if I can't do both of those. Okay. So unfortunately, we have to do this. It's as terrible as it looks, but whatever. If we could get to the point where we could get some value off some of our later game plays, it would be great. But we are just getting matchups that just, of course, dude. Am I in constructed right now? This is the U.S. Retribution deck. Yes. Mm-hmm. So, what can you do? I feel like we need to remove that, right? And we can't do it with the from the people. Yeah. Okay, so we got to do that. Ugh. We have choices after that, but I wouldn't say that they're great choices. Right, so if we do that, we strand 2 credits. You know what? I'm just gonna strand them. I don't care. Like if we're gonna lose, we're gonna lose. And with all those retributions, they probably have ways to just kill these. Oh, dude, and production order. Are you okay? I don't know what to say. Let me think. Deals 2 damage, but it's not a blitz tank. None of, yeah, this could blitz to the front line, but it can't. Why did you not bomb? I don't understand that, but. And you've got heavy armor 1, so that's fun. Does this thing just die? I'm not sure. Well, we will see. This is something I've encountered on ladder. Players who can win the game, but then decide not to. It's very odd. I'm not sure that I understand it. Destruction, deal 2 damage to your HQ. Well, we're not gonna do that. But here, I think that they just want to they want me to quit. And I'm like, just win the game, man. You really had to consider that one, I guess. I think you're starting to get a little nervous. You might not have been able to pull it off. All right, so again, how in the world this becomes an 0-2 deck? Only I'll put it out there, and all you folks on YouTube can watch and tell me. But it seems like we are definitely missing something. A lot of these decks seem to be more based on synergy rather than card power, but I think we had the basic right draft curve and seemed like everything was there. All right, Hammer Home works with that. We have turn 3 play. We have some early removal, so we'll see how this goes. Or maybe just the big takeaway is don't play on weekends during prime time. Just all right. So we do that. I think I'm okay doing that. Excuse me. Maybe we do this. This potentially saves our HQ from 2 damage. But, yeah. Blitz and salvage. But they wanted to keep it back, huh? Well, friend, we'll do that and see what we get. I kind of wish the Poles were a main nation. Even with the cards they have, even with the you know, as a minor nation, the relatively limited selection. I think you could do it. Probably the same is true of Finland. Maybe you could say the rest about the others, but there's a lot I like in the Poles. I hate that I can only take up to 12 of those cards. 3 credit removal here from Japan. X. Excuse me. Well, I guess we'll just look for a better card. Okay. And, yeah, we'll do that. Okay. So they put most of it into that. That's fine. Maybe I should have played this out if I knew I was going to survive. But I feel like I didn't know that. After that, maybe we can play down the 14th guard and just see. Yeah, I mean, if you want if you want HQ health back, that makes sense. But maybe we put this down and make them come forward to try to deal with it. The enemy discards a random bomber from their hand. Okay, well, you got me. I think, though... So what do I want to survive here? I guess we'll put this, like... this? I think that's what we do. And then just so they know that they're going to lose it if they don't do something with it. That's what we'll do. But my guess is they're not enamored of the idea that they have to come into the front line. A friendly unit survives combat. All right. You got to do something, man. You're either going to do this and let me draw a card. You can't attack that. That's all you could do, was put me down to 1. Okay. Now. What else do we have here? Underground state to retreat it. I don't think we need to do that. Send this thing forward to die? I think so. I think that's the play. Retreating that... We don't... So, if we retreated this and then we had a Legion, then we could play that. But I don't really feel the need to do that. Excuse me. So we're just going to leave a lot of credits on the board. You know, we'll play slow here. Down 0-2. Why get aggressive and run into something you don't want to? But they might have some... Huh. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. Ooh, we got some choices. But I think we have to do that. Yeah. So I guess they're just going to get to put some HQ health back on. That's fine. Let's see. I guess we have to kind of give up. No, we don't want to give up on that. We want to give up on that. And we'll put this here. I wonder what that pause between draw is. I don't think that ever happens to me when it switches to my side. Maybe it doesn't. I've never noticed it, but I think it just kind of like clicks automatically. So unfortunately, that's going to lose. I guess it's going to kind of, well, it goes from 7-3 to 5-8. But it becomes a backup card for our HQ. Oh, okay. Well, I'll save you all this. So one of the ironies of just going offline is that it actually allows your opponent to usually win more quickly than if you just continue to play. So I understand it's a spite tactic, but it's not like the smartest person. I don't really know what it tries to accomplish. Surrendering would just get you out of the match quicker, right? If that's what you were looking to do. Feels bad, but I want the card draw. Well, yeah, it feels bad, but we'll see. We'll see what they give us here. Japan, Germany. Maybe countermeasure? I'm not sure. Let's see what our options are here. Turn 2, it's nothing great. Okay, well, now it's a little bit better. I'll put that down because of what else we have in our hand. We also have a decent Katusha option next turn. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm not sure what we're up against here. It's very good. Yeah, that's a very good one. Do I attack? Well, I think its replacement comes in with Smokescreen, if I recall correctly. So let's say three. We could do this and see what we get. Does that work? I think it does. So we'll see if we can kill it. We did. Right, and then this has Smokescreen. Okay. I apologize. I do apologize to my opponent. I'll let them spend the credit to kill me if they want to, or 2 credits up here. We have a way of getting rid of this though next turn, so I'm not going to do it on my turn. Interesting, they're going to go for that. Well, now they got a choice to make because they blew their smokes. Because now all I got to do is bloody sickle this and then attack and kill it if they don't kill me. So they better not get greedy and try to play another card here. It looks like they're looking for... Okay, they did not. They played it straight. That's how you should do it. I mean, we have some choice. And if I push it off, it just... it'll come back with Smokescreen again. And so we don't want that. That works. All right. Now the question is, what do we do with 5 credits? Put this down and make them attack it? We save that for the end, put this down and let it sit there? Maybe? I forgot we were at 14 damage. That is rough. I think if we put this down, we're going to try to get this thing to be a guard. Next turn we can move this forward as a... Why couldn't I play against this deck when I had Eagle Claws? Why not? Excuse me. So, yeah, I think we put this out. And just pass. I mean, putting the hammer into one of those is rough. I don't really want to take too much more damage. I mean, when you're playing Japan, that's always the case. Retreating them wouldn't be that great because it's only 1 credit. Okay, that's good. That would be worth retreating. Okay. That would be worth retreating. Let me see if I can do it. So attack for 1. Do I put this down? I think so. Yeah, I think so. So we do that. Let's give them a choice here. What would they rather do? All right. I don't love dealing damage to my HQ when I'm playing against Japan because they are so good at the aggro thing, but they have a choice. It's pretty much attack this. I mean, they replay that for 4 and then another 1. I mean, I know I have the hammer. They don't. What is this? Ignore. Cannot attack the enemy HQ. So what do they have? They have a bunch of those. Because there are a bunch of those artillery pieces and some other things that do that. Should I... Friendly unit, shock and smoke screen. Okay. Did you just lose smoke screen because of that? Let's see. Do we have any cheap tanks we can play? It fights target unit, yeah. I'm a little worried about that card. Yeah, what are they cooking there? Doesn't look like it. That would allow me to move up, though. You know what? Oh, it's random. I didn't know that. I was going to say, I would probably rather just fight that and then just trade here. Just get it out of here. I don't want it sticking around. I don't know how we get rid of that. We'll see what they bring down here. But if it's a big threat, we'll just get rid of it. If not, it looks like this thing comes back and will be a 5/8 guard. So that protects us against everything but bombers and artillery. So this feels like a bomber. Because usually something with smokescreen is going to have... Huh? There is some sort of witchcraft going down here. Now we could trade with this just to get it off the battlefield. Trade with that to get it off the battlefield. We can hit that. I don't know what the right call is. If we put that down, we can move it forward. Then we can't do anything else. I don't know. I do not know what the right call is here. I guess if we kill that, we still hang around. So that's 2/4, and then we kill that. I guess that's what we do. Oh, it has smoke screen. My bad. Well, then we got to do that, and I got to do that. And then this has guard, right? I don't know what they have. I don't know if they have some sort of blitz fighter bomber. I can read that, but I don't know. I think I want to get the 845th down so we can attack something and just get some health back on our HQ. But we're still presenting a 2-turn clock if they can't deal with this. This feels like nothing. So we're going to have 9 credits, we think, next turn. What do? It costs 3 to attack. That would leave us with 6. Okay. We can do that. We can do that into that for more cards. But I want to put some damage on that HQ. And then maybe we just do this. Okay. Oops. I put that on the wrong side of that guard. It's okay. They kill it, they kill it. Huh. Destroyed at end of turn. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I think we want. Yeah, we want to put damage on the HQ. I want that out because it does stuff. If you control a non-Soviet unit, I don't. This we could just blitz forward next turn, so I think we do this just because it can attack forward. This is here in case they have an enemy bomber. If they have a blitz fighter, like, it is what it is, but... Alright. Alright. Another America test. Which, it feels like it's usually the rush, right? Is this too slow? No. How would I know until I play, right? It's hard to know what you need. I feel like that might be the only thing that's, like, too slow. So I might actually play Katusha out on turn 2 just so I could play the MS on turn 3. Don't know if that's correct, but I'm going to do it anyways. Unless they give me something that, like, looks good to hit. But even then, I would probably play this out. Yeah, unfortunately, if that runs into this, it actually does pretty well. But I'm still going to put it up. And we'll see what they want to spend their credits on. That works for me. Is there any way to kill this? Yes. Oh, no, hammer doesn't work on this. So we do that, or I could remove that, but that doesn't kill that. But it does deal 2 damage to it. Huh. Or do we want to put +1 heavy armor on these things? That doesn't feel like the right play, does it? I'm not sure here. Oh, that never works. Let's just end the turn. Yeah. I'm not sure. Maybe we should look to grab the hammer, but... Yeah, if they attack into that and trade, and then they just bomb that and kill that, I don't really have an answer. Not a quick answer, at least. What? Oh. So that kind of helps, right? That doesn't deal any damage to that. We can put that there. And then we'll put this here. We'll see what else. We'll see what they go for. Probably this, right? Because it's a straight 1-for-1 kill. But yeah, this is the menace of the early SBD. I don't know what to do with it. I think maybe we try to push it off after this and let them replay it. It's not fast. I think they got to go for the tank because you're suppressing that. Okay. Oh, so they're just going to go for the HQ? Well, there's no reason not... Okay. What does this do? +4 attack against enemy infantry. Okay. I think we do that. I think we do this. We're going to get rid of you, you menace. And yeah, then we hope that they trade. Excuse me. I don't know, do I want to play a 392nd? So we got 7 credits coming up. If we play a 4, we can't play a 3. But we might just be able to attack. Hey, you suppressed it, man, not me. So, this feels like a decent retreat target. But is there anything else I can do after that? I don't think so. That is just rough, man. Let's see, what do we get out of this? Oh, you know. So actually we get the BT7. All right, let's push you back. Jeez, man. Like, as I was saying earlier, it's just a weekend where everybody has all the cards, man. All right, so we can play this out. That's fine. We could put this down and actually does quite a bit. All right, let's put that there. Let's put this here. Let's do the thing and pass the turn. I think getting heavy armor on them helps against those guys, but we got to wait until they move up first. That's probably that big old bomber they had, right? Wait, that destroys it? Oh, that's right. That's the 9 cost one. My bad. So that would deal 2 damage to everything. That's not what we're looking to do. That's too bad. We are just 1 damage off. And the hammer does not help against that bomber, of course. So if we put this up, it's another Polish unit. You know what? I think that's what we got to do. I think we got to go for that. And then I think we got to put the heavy armor on. And see what they do. But if they kill that, I think this goes up to 3, right? And then we deal 3 damage to everything. Now I see why that card is well liked. Yeah. I think I do nothing here, right? Because if I don't play this, then, man, that feels bad. That feels bad, but losing the card draw, you know, I don't know when I'm going to get my next tank. So this thing should reform. We'll see. If they're able to kill it, they can kill it. It's, you know, it's sat around. It took its damage. Jeez. Well, I'm not going for them. Well, that's actually not true. I will go for them. Good. Excuse me. I think we should move that up. And then it's a question of, do we do this? I think so. I think we put this here, because if they want to hit it with a guard, they can hit it with a guard. Okay. Just sit there. It's fine. That is also fine. Okay. Yeah, I think we were starting to turn the corner on that one. And we're up against Germany. Seems like it's too early. We actually have exile units for this to work on? I don't know, man. We just don't have any early plays. Ugh. I hate doing that. Dude. And it got worse. This is terrible. This is actually terrible. Alright. Well, as long as they didn't do anything on turn 1, I guess that's fine. Now, if they have countermeasures, we're in a bit of trouble. Alright. Maybe that's what they're doing? And then we just need to wait for something with... Ooh. I guess if you want to... What does V1 do again? I forget. Okay, so I went with expanded research. That's fine. And I guess if something gets taken out, I'm fine with it being that. I think we want to play this for the long-term value rather than just going right to their HQ. Okay. Veteran Blitz and Shock, of course. Do we retreat it? What do we do here? I think for right now, this is what we do. My guess is he's going to spend next turn coming up here to do the thing. Huh. I mean, do we just want to get a card down here? Because it'd be Veteran Blitz and Shock. What does that do? I probably should have plopped that down. I'll act like I was trying to do that. Which I definitely was not. Unfortunately, we now don't get the benefit of that little ping-ping thing on everything else, but whatever. All right, so it looks like they got removal for the MS. That's fine. I'm not sure if we play this down. I don't know how much we play to the board here. I think we do that. And we'll see if this doesn't just put enough out there that we can threaten lethal next turn between the 2 tanks and the fighter. It's a good card. It's a good card. Yeah, this is one where retreat doesn't really work. Does this have heavy armor? No. Hold on. If I don't need to move that, I'm not going to move that. See if we can find a way to deal 1 more damage to this HQ. They might have that. Well, have I seen their excuse me, their ally? All right, so that was a cheap way to deal with that. So they might have some other options here. Got a bunch of those don't blitz. Well, that blitzes, but that doesn't. As long as we can keep the front line open, we can get back. Yeah. We'll see what he's got with 2 credits. I guess he didn't have it. All right, we've got to what? What was that? 3 wins? 4 wins? All right. I still feel like it was better than a 4-win deck, but we'll see what we get here. So unfortunately, that's too slow. That actually works with that fairly well. I'm concerned if I don't. I don't know. I want something a little bit faster. I got something a little bit faster. How do we want to do this? This on turn 3. This on turn 4? I don't know about that. That's a card we really don't want to see for a while. Yeah, I think we play this down. Excuse me. Okay. Or do we just go for... I think we go for that. I don't know. Maybe after this we look to plop this thing down and see if they'll come forward. Let's see. 5. So then we'd want to play a 3. So maybe we put this one down then. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I thought that they would have looked to trade, but no. All right, so we don't have any out-and-out guards. Well, that is unfortunate. So if we do that, then we only have a turn 2 play. Let's do that. We can still try to Katu. Well, we can't kill that thing. It's got 3 toughness. Though this, I wouldn't mind putting down. Yeah, as actually something good to be... Depends on if they move this thing up. All right. All right. Okay. So this actually gives us a way to just take care of this if we want to at any time. I still think I want to put this down. Yeah, it's being guarded. I can see that, but maybe we maybe we plop that down. All right, and see if that doesn't get them to come forward. They seem like they want to sit on the back line. All right. They know we have this, so they can't really care too much about it. Just a bunch of guards. All right. Ooh. I'm inclined to take that. Wait. Oh, that's right. It has the additional. All right, so it's +5. All right. Well, they have some interesting options now. All right, so you got a bomber that's guarded. A bunch of naval support, so you're going to try to make it, what, a 3-power bomber? Hmm. Little do they know, I really don't have anything to counter that. But they don't need to know that. Excuse me. So, I don't think that thing can attack me yet because we have ambush and that. So, do we want to play this out and move it forward? What do we kill? He'll trade with that for it. Or do we just put another fighter up back here? This can go all the way across. But it takes the whole turn to do it. Feels like we'd be rushing things a little bit. I'm not looking to do that. So unfortunately, the solution is that we strand a lot of cards. I don't know if it's worth it to just run it up here and jam it into one of these things. I still want to hold this back in case I need a way to deal with that. Yeah, I mean, they get a 3 for 1 from me. Yeah. It's rough. Well, looks like they're trying to put something in this back line they don't want me to get to. Again, it really feels like they want to be playing from the back line. So I'm not sure what that's about. Yeah, that I get. All right, then we're just going to Red Dawn it out and... We got some choices here. So that it's only killed 1 Polish unit so far. Rough. Rough. Let me think about this. If we move these 2 up, what can they hit me with? Any of those 3? I would say at this point, though, they're just getting freebies from the bomber. So we're going to try to end that. And see what else they got. My guess is they're probably going to go for the guard. That's what I would do. And man, we have just not hit any card draw. We got 26 cards left, but we are just not drawing. We're not drawing anything. We're not really creating anything. As long as this thing sits around, we're in trouble. And I don't know, you know, now that I think about it, I probably should have just killed this and then just let my tanks take care of the bomber next turn. But, all right, that's better because we need to get to some card draw here. My goodness, you have production order? Can I have drafts like this? That's all I want. Just drafts like this. So now I'm inclined pretty much to trade these two out. If I can't find a way to kill this. All right, so this is probably even better to kill that with. Let's see what we get here. You know what? That's even better. That is even better. Excuse me. So I can... Oh, that doesn't have blitz. Well, if we want it to happen next turn... That's the card to do it. I swear, people, we actually do have card draw in this deck. Oh, you know... I'm an idiot. I keep forgetting that the heavy armor would negate that. Yeah. I totally forgot about that. All right, so I think we got to take care of this thing. Now, if I put this forward, he has to attack that. And frankly, I don't know what... But then I don't get to play this. So I'm going to play this now. He can kind of choose what he does in the back line. But I got to get rid of this, and then I can move this big guy up and guard it. Ugh. Looks like he's got something that will wipe out whatever I've got. You could have it. Honestly, you could have it. Actually, you know, because it's for all Polish units destroyed this battle, it might actually be a little rough. Because by then it would well, it could be two. All right. Trickeration. Oh, he's got smoke screen. That's what he's... And that's being guarded. Okay, I gotcha. Huh. Yeah, I got that. Carpet bombing, industrial might. Well, carpet bombing gets you two of my cards. You could then... Yeah, I mean, you could get a bunch of card draw here. I guess we'll see. Pin all units on the front line. When does this actually ever happen to anybody other than me? Destroy... I'm worried about doing this and then that thing getting... Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I might play this. Though I don't see why I would. What does this say? I'm actually okay with that. I don't even want to play those. They got to go for the HQ right now. Right, but that will deal 3 damage, I think, to my HQ, right? Oh, it says units. That's that. Oh, wait. That's everywhere? I misread that card. For some reason, I thought that was something else. So now it's a question of, would I rather kill the Corsair or put them down? I think we have to do that. No question about it. We have to be able to threaten lethal. That I knew. I misread the card. I thought it was all cards in hand. I cannot believe the draws my opponents have had this game. Or this entire draft. It's honestly this draft and the one before it. Like, you talk about the top decks. I would love to top deck like this. That feels absolutely terrible. Yet another, I think, was a solid draft in terms of the choices and everything. Yet again, it felt like our opponents do not have better decks than we are, or that they're playing better. But somehow we're still losing. I think early on we really ran into a lot of aggro decks, and I think they just they had their prayers from the top deck gods answered. So, but that happens, and yeah, we'll stay at it. We'll do some more drafting at some point, but I think that's quite enough of that for right now.